Han Seok-jin had spent 2 decades under the studio lights. His smile was perfect, his voice calm. But behind that practiced charm lived a man who had learned to build walls instead of homes. Years earlier, when he told the world he loved men, everything changed. Brand deals vanished. Casting calls dried up. Even his old friends walked across the street to avoid him. He rebuilt himself quietly, opening a restaurant in Itaewon, surrounding himself with laughter that wasn't staged. Then one rainy night, a director came to his table. Lee Hae-won was known for turning pain into art. Every one of his films carried a whisper of something broken, a relationship that could not survive, a love that never reached daylight. He sat across from Han, drenched from the storm, and said, "I've been looking for someone who knows how to smile, even when it hurts." That single line began what tabloids would later call the collaboration of the decade. But in truth, it was the beginning of something else entirely. They worked late nights, rewriting scenes, laughing over takeout boxes. At first, they hid behind the language of film, metaphors, scripts, camera angles. "This scene," Hae-won said one night, "is about two people who can't be seen loving each other." "Then it's not a scene," Han replied softly. "It's a mirror." And there it was, the unspoken. In a world where a wrong headline could destroy both of them, they found freedom in whispers, touches that lasted half a second too long, glances that felt like lifetimes. When their film, Under the Same Sky, premiered, it exploded. Critics called it too intimate, too honest. One entertainment reporter snapped a photo of Han and Hae-won walking hand in hand in an empty street after the wrap party. By morning, their names were trending in every portal site. The industry froze. Sponsors withdrew. Comment sections became war zones, half of Korea condemning, the other half quietly cheering. For Han, it was déjà vu, the same cruel spotlight that had burned him once before. For Hae-won, it was the beginning of exile. They met one last time before disappearing from each other's lives. "I told you," Han said quietly, "the world doesn't forgive love like ours." "Then maybe the world needs new writers," Hae-won answered. "But fear is heavier than courage when you carry other people's expectations." Hae-won left for Europe under the pretense of research. Han stayed, performing the role of unbothered survivor for the cameras. Years passed. The city changed. The pain didn't. 5 years later, an invitation arrived in Han's mailbox. Seoul Queer Film Festival, Lifetime Achievement Award for director Lee Hae-won. He almost didn't go. But curiosity is love's twin shadow. The hall was full of laughter and rainbow flags, things that once would have gotten them blacklisted. And there, on stage, stood Hae-won, eyes glistening beneath the spotlight. Their eyes met across the crowd. No words, just the gravity of everything they'd lived and lost. After the ceremony, away from cameras, they finally spoke. "I thought time would make it easier," Han said. "Time doesn't heal what you never stopped loving," Hae-won replied. They didn't promise forever. They simply walked together again, not hiding, not explaining. Their reunion inspired something bigger. Younger actors began to speak openly. Indie studios started producing queer love stories without fear of backlash. Song Hye-il, their old friend, directed a documentary titled Hidden Hearts, capturing their story as a metaphor for every silent love that once had no place in Korea's entertainment world. Han and Hae-won appeared only briefly in it, a short scene of them sitting side by side, laughing over coffee. But that single moment broke the internet. For the first time, two men who once had to hide could smile under the open sky. Years later, when new actors thanked them during award speeches, Han and Hae-won would simply look at each other and smile. "We didn't set out to change the world," Han once said. "We just wanted to live in it." Their love became more than a scandal. It became a revolution wrapped in tenderness. The story of Han Seok-jin and Lee Hae-won reminds everyone that love, no matter how long it hides, always finds the light. If this were a drama, the final scene would fade like this. Two men walking through Itaewon at night, neon lights reflecting in puddles, their shadows moving together as one. No dialogue, no music, just the soft sound of footsteps and a whisper that says, "Love is not a sin. Silence is."